Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Ole Miss Rebels. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Checking in with the Rebels head coach. This is obviously a huge matchup. With the 5-game winning streak on the line, they understand that they are facing one of the best teams in the country. A top 25 matchup. He's been warning his team all week in practice. Do not take them lightly. They want to be 1-0 after this week and keep the streak alive. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Rebels ready to kick it away first. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. And this junior tight end is a steady, productive piece of their attack. We got a duel in this game with two of the better tight ends in the country. No bats. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Dropping back, it's Bentley. Just a short pass to the tight end. Could not make his way to the corner.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Quick release by the QB. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So Ole Miss offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David, but the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got 2 guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Leaves it with the back. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Quarterback may change this route. Finds his big tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game night.
The Rebels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
On 2nd down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the 1st down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Marks. Grabbed over the middle, it's Cunningham. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Ole Miss. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. And you saw it right there on that play.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
The offense changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Marks. Bought a little time, lets it go. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And this has been a really good first drive, man. You talk about scripting the first however many plays. It's different for all the coordinators. Nice drive down the field. Now set up in a 3rd down situation. Let's stay aggressive. Let's capitalize on this momentum and not try to kick these field goals, because you know kicking field goals sometimes down the road can come back to bite you.
He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Running inside, it's Walker. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Wide receiver going in motion. He lets it fly. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he scores! Touchdown Sooners!
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next...
Oh, and they blocked it. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. Down 6-3 early, they'll try to put together a drive to take the lead. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Takes the handoff. It's Hill. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They'll try the run. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. That's reeled in. It's Cleescorn. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route run. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Back to pass. It's Marks. Quickly complete. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4th. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Trying to do it on the ground. Got a little grass. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Rebels. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And the extra point gives them a lead. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And he finished things off racing 53 yards for 6. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Caught in the backfield, it's Jordan. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He'll try to get to the marker himself. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Ole Miss calls its second timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Back to pass, it's Bentley. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Intercepted! A first half turnover can swing momentum.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
Quarterback making adjustments. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Cunningham. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
And the Rebels, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Power football with the run. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Looking to throw, it's Marks. Bought a little time, lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. Defense in press coverage. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Keeps it on first down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. The run inside. It's Walker. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've had a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back. You get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
They'll move the wide receiver. The play action fake. Got it in the middle, it's Jordan. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long, this one from the 44. Dropping back, it's Bentley. Flushed out of the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Running back searching for a hole. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose down the middle. The tag. Touchdown, Rebels. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Snags it quickly on the left. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off cover. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for us.
Looking downfield, it's Bentley. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Motion from the wide receiver. Out of the gun, the inside give. Finding some room. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a first down. The Sooners are marching down the field. Running inside, it's Walker. There he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Hard running there. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Got it behind the line. It's Jordan. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is an improve, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walker. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Bentley. Takes the easy completion. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Guys, it's been an entertaining first half, and not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to maybe go into the half tied up. So, good first half, but a great way, Jesse, to end this first half.
Yeah, you'd love to take that momentum into the second half. And listen, this offense practices 2-minute every single week for this exact situation. They'd love to be able to go generate a few more points before taking it into the locker room.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 45 on its way. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. They'll leave it with him. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Here's a heat. Intercepted. intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. Bunch formation for these receivers. Back to throw, it's Bentley. That's caught. It's Bowman. Trying to take it back. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Sooners come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, it's a simple play. QB's just looking for his big fella, the tight end, and he couldn't reel it in.
Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Pressure coming. Still in the pocket and fires over the middle. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Using his legs, it's Hill. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
Checking in with the Ole Miss head coach at the half. They are going to continue to feed their running back. As you know, there are a lot of high expectations on him to start this game, and he has performed a terrific first half. They are going to get the ball here, and let's see if they continue to go to this running back. He has been a difference maker so far. Guys?
Thanks, Holly.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Leaves it with the running back. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
And the Rebels are flying down the field. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. Training staff is out there tending to the injured player, and we will step aside. The Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. To the ground with the back. He's brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for a 1st down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
He's got an open man. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
The Rebels, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. He might want another play.
Punch, punch, punch. Eagle. Circuit, check. Circuit, circuit. Got him, hey, got him. Slug.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Hauls it in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And this is why, as a defense, man, you don't want to let the quarterback outside the pocket. Once he gets outside the pocket, now everybody else has to adjust, and some people have to leave coverage, and he goes and he starts going towards his right. Nice job by the receiver finding some space towards the sidelines. They get the completion and make the play.
And the Rebels are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Ole Miss! They'll try to add another to their lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. The Sooners are in the hurry-up. Run inside. It's Walker. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. A big 3rd down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. They'll try to run for it. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. And the Sooners decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. On his way back from the 20. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline. There is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The give to the left side. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Back to throw, it's Marks. Fires to the big fella. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Might be calling a hot route. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on 4th down once. Like, they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears to be in an aggressive mode.
They'll give it to the back. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
And he'll be brought down. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Stop just short of the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and that'll set them up with a first down.
Well, this guy hasn't quite put up Heisman numbers in this game, but in a moment where they need him the most, in the fourth quarter, look how strong he is running. Breaking tackles, he's been smart, he still has the ability to cut. He looks like he could play another 4 quarters.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And, man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
They'll go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. He'll bring it out. It's Green. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. To the air. It's Bentley. He's got it. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Off the boot, looking for his man. Finds his tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Maybe some room here. The 20. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Nothing but a vapor trail left behind that guy, and the defense straight to the burn unit.
And, man, that does not feel good. As a defense, you're trying to limit the big plays, keep that guy in front of you. That guy says, wait a minute, I'm way too fast for that. They're going to just need to work on those angles. That's for dang sure.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. To the air, it's Marks. Makes the grab. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth. Makes the catch, and he's free. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
They're going to run it. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And he gets it right on the cusp, maybe a few pebbles short of a first down in that football. I see the closed fist from the ref. It'll be 4th down. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the air, it's Bentley. It's complete on the right side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
And in this situation late, when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Takes it the other way. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Rebels. The defense takes matters into its own hands. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Bentley. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th. On
3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got him downfield. Finds a crease at the 20. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. They'll throw it from the red zone. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. To the air on second down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Now facing a 3rd and long. The give to the tailback. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be 4th down. The Sooners call timeout, and that's their last one. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The Rebels will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Back to throw, it's Bentley. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you can tell. They want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just try to get to him. Try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to...
Hauls it in, the first down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
Wants to throw. It's marked. Forced out of the pocket. Unleashes one. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And this is the part of the field where you gotta love to have the big tight ends. These guys are used all over the field now. Find those mismatches. Palmer, nice throw, nice catch.
Man, I remember a time when tight ends were good for 5-yard out routes and blocking. How nice is it to have a guy with this guy's size and speed to stretch the field vertically, get into the end zone quickly, and be a great target